From the sounds of it, people aren't quite sure how to indent. I thought the example on the content was okay, but I guess it's not. I have a basic file here. It'll work. It will run. See, hello world. It works. Now, that code is not very readable. So what I'm going to do is quickly show you how I would format this. First of all, I'm going to go find all the methods. Every time I see a semicolon, that's kind of, I know that that's the end. I put it on a new line. There's a new method. Now I'm going to back it up here and I'm going to indent because the public class, the main class, which is the name of the file, if you notice, same name, right? This has to be exactly the same, by the way. This and this, exactly the same. So then you can see that these guys are lined up. This public. And how do I know it's lined up? Because I hit the tab key. Here, tab. Tab. Right? So that's okay. Tab that. Actually, let's get rid of that. Now, I missed one thing here. This little guy should go here, and then we can put some space between them. Sometimes you will see, especially for beginners, I think this is a great idea, but the only thing is it takes up extra space, right? So I don't know. I'm just sticking to the way Java does it, so I do it here. All right, next. So let's go here, find our semicolon, and there's the end. So that's the end, and that has to be indented also, because if this is the class here, sorry, what am I saying, method, beginning of the method, that's where it ends, right? So this whole thing from here all the way to here is what's inside the method print1. So this should be lined up typically with that. And this, whatever's inside, it's tabbed once. So if I had another line here, how are you? Right? Again, that's tabbed exactly the same, right? Tab. Use that tab key. Control delete is another one. That sucks everything. Like if I put this here and I hit Control delete, it pulls everything backwards. So let me just undo. Leave a space there. Again, public void print2. Again, tab. Now, the nice thing about NetBeans, it fixes a lot of this stuff automatically for you. Now, what's going on here? Here we have a opening brace and the closing brace for that method. Oops, I forgot to do this. So that's correct right there. What this is, it's the actual, that's the actual brace for the whole class. So we could put that there. And now you see that those guys line up. Inside the class, we have all our methods. There's the first method. There's the second method. Sorry. Well, this is the first method, but that's the main method, right? Main, PSVOM, public static void main. It's the beginning. If you read about it, it's the beginning of the Java program. That's where when you run it, it jumps in here and starts doing this stuff. In this case, it's calling the method, calling the method, calling the method again, calling the different method. What are the methods? They're right here. This is similar setup to the way I asked you to do the assignment. Same when you're declaring variables, right? If I had to declare an integer variable, oh, and don't forget to use lowercase to tell what kind of integer or what kind of integer it is. Num of people. error. Why? Because I forgot the semicolon. Now, let me zoom in here. I want to show you something. People were asking what the heck CAMELCASE is. CAMELCASE, we start lowercase, then we, because it's a new word, or kind of a part of a word, we start with uppercase, only first letter. First letter uppercase, first letter uppercase. That's called CAMELCASE. Why do programmers use it? So you can quickly read and see. Sometimes I've seen this and, wait, what happened there? Number, of people. You will see this sometimes, but this is much more work because you got to hit shift and underscore and all that stuff. So we're just going to leave it like that. Again, there's CAMELCASE right there, right? You got the 1 uppercased. Maybe I should zoom in more. I don't know. There's the CAMELCASE again. Now this one is not uppercase. No. Undo. Use undo a lot. It saves you a lot of time. Remember that the class names should be uppercase beginning. And there's the CAMELCASE again. The S, the C. Why is it done that way? For readability. It's very simple. Main, because it's a method, will be lowercase. We start lowercase. Now, if this was main method, maybe we gave it a different name. Oh, we can't give it a different name. That has to be main. All right. So public static void main that I talked about declaring variables. Yeah. So if we do string, now you'll notice when I hit enter, automatically instead of going here, right, it automatically jumps to where it should be because NetBeans is smart. That's part of why we use it. So if I do a string, remember str f name, first name, and string L name, maybe first and last name, right? Close it off. So I saw people using bytes. I'm not sure why. We're not introducing bytes until later, and there's absolutely no reason to use a byte. This is a byte. I don't think we want to be using that notation right now. But double has to be lowercase. This won't work for our purposes. Double some decimal number. Notice I started with a lowercase, right? Start with a lowercase. Start with a lowercase. Start with a lowercase. Don't start with a lowercase because it's a class name. Classes are kind of the big boys or the big girls, whatever you want to say. Start with a lowercase, but then if we got the CAMELCASE going, follow that. Again here, same idea. Right? Tab it in. Tab it in. What else? What else can I say? Oh, commenting. So this is block commenting. We've seen that. You guys, I said to do tons of, and don't leave a whole bunch of space there. Why? Leave a line, maybe two, but not, right? So just get rid of these, right? You could even, if you're learning right now, maybe just so you can just clearly distinguish between each method. Maybe it's a better idea to give it a few more lines. I don't know why that Z is there. So we got declaring things. That's basically it. Once we start doing more things, so if the code's going in this is basically where the code is going. If I want to do an if statement, if, I don't know, strf name equals Larry, doesn't like something here. String f name equals Larry. I'm not sure why it's getting whited out right now, unless I need a, maybe I want to print something, right? Larry was here. I'm not sure why this isn't working. Might not have been initialized. Okay, right. So initialized means you give it an initial value. Now, since it's a string, I can give it a name, Bob or Donald, for the famous Donald Trump. Right? That's initializing. And most of the time, what we've been doing it stuff like wait. I know there's a way to do this. Yeah, there we go. We've been doing things like this where we put the initialization on a different line. But you can do it all in the same line, right? You could say here string equals, wait, let's do Donald here. And Trump here. Trump. Right? So you can initialize. This is declaring. We declare with the name, the type of variable it is going to be. So, hey Java, I'm going to be making a string variable in a second. Oh, here's the name of the string variable. Oh, what's the value? Donald. Hey Java, I'm going to be making another string variable here that's going to hold a string. That's the value of this variable. Maybe integer, I could say, okay, initial number of people is going to be 0. Some decimal number equals 0.00 and stuff like that. If do that, else, again, maybe we want to print something else out, right? It's not Larry. Dot, dot. Right? So you can see when we do the if then, if else, I call them if then else. If, and then here, because the if statement, we further do an indentation. And this is this is the way programmers do it. Okay, it just helps to see the blocks of code. Now here, I would maybe do something like that, or maybe just one line. And then you can, if you've got to do your commenting, put your commenting here, whatever's happening, right? You know, maybe separate the block and do some more commenting. If you're going to do more than 2 lines of commenting, then you can do the block thing. Right? Oh, look at that. It automatically made it for me. So all I did was hit the opening block thing and I hit enter and it puts in the rest. And I don't have to keep going line by line like some of you I saw where you were, you know, if you do something like this, if you have some code on a comment, yeah, you could do that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but you know, why not make your lives a little easier, right? And just put a opening comment character and oops, a closing, and then you've got the block comment right there. So that's indentation, a little bit on commenting. I expect all of you to follow this. Variable naming, camel case, all that wonderful stuff. Show me what you got. See you later.